Daddy born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. Four babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Tuesday morning, January 3rd, 2023. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become a successful currency trader. And by doing so, you will change the financial trajectory of your life. I've been trading a little over 4 years now. And the indicators I'm going to show you have been around for almost a quarter of a century, and we've been teaching people how to trade with them for about 15 years. So with that, let's get started. We first need to listen to this guy.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades. The purpose of the live trade is to teach, to show you different trading strategies. We have about a dozen. And as we train you, we will create a trade plan that kind of suits your personality and risk and trade preferences. The one I'm going to be using today is something called the 10-point trade, and I will be doing it off of a 1-hour chart. I also use a modified 10-point trade when I send out the daily trade setup each evening. I try to get it out by 4. I'm trying this year to get it out by 4:30 before the 5 o'clock time shift. Then that's 5 o'clock Eastern when the new trading day starts, because the spreads go up at 5 and come back down around 6. So if you can get that trade taken before 5, that is better, but you can take it at 6. When you are a regular member, we do a live trade in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. We do another live trade at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then again, we've got continuous training, and that's how you get better, by having someone who acts as an accountability coach and continues to kind of give you feedback and insight into trading, and basically you're hanging around with a good group of traders. So let's keep going. I haven't traded for about a week now, almost 5 days. So I'm a little rusty here on the routine. Every day it is good to restart your green chart in MetaTrader 4 if you're using that. In fact, this morning I just rebooted the whole machine because it was acting weird and pages weren't loading. So you don't have to reload the whole machine, but definitely turn the green charts on and off. At the end of every day, it is good to review the trades of that day to figure out what didn't go as planned and see if you can see what your error was. Now, sometimes you might do everything right and it still go the wrong way, but that process of continuously striving to improve the technique is worthwhile, and to see little things. And the more you look at the charts, the more you'll see, and the more instinctive it will become. Sometimes I can just look at the chart and tell the move without having to study the indicators. But the indicators are our friend, and I do like to know what the indicators are saying because they're far more accurate than I am. We are technical traders, and we are trading based on the price action, and that's what our indicators are very good at picking up. However, news does impact currency movement, and we want to know what that news is, and we get that news by going to forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into three categories: yellow, which is low impact; orange, which is medium impact; and red, which is high impact. And as I take a look at this, I am looking for red items that are coming up so that I can trade around them. And my rule of thumb is I want to be out of a trade 2 hours before I see a red item coming up, because the information leaks and it starts to impact the price sometimes as much as 2 hours beforehand. So if I'm not holding a position, I don't have to worry about that. So right now, today, January 3rd, we've got kind of clear sailing until tomorrow night. Swiss francs got some information, and then tomorrow at 10, there's some stuff on the USD. So with that, let's get into it. The trade, as I said, that I'm going to do is something called the 10-point trade signal, and basically it's trying to get all the lines to line up. And I'm going to do it off of a 1 hour chart. You can do it off of any time slot, but I find the 1 hour chart fits my personality and trade preferences. I like to be 30 minutes into the chart to have it have 30 minutes worth of data off the 1 hour chart. Typically on a 1 hour chart, a trade's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. My sweet spot tends to be 10 or 11 pips, and I'm looking for the trade to close within 1 to 3 hours. And as I said, I'm trying to get all the lines lined up, and I want lines from each of the three sections telling me it's a good trade. And when I can get each of the three sections telling me it's a good trade, that's a higher probability trade, and it's got the highest chance of doing what I expect it to do. So with that, let's take a look. Here are our indicators. I am trading, this chart is one of the standard charts. It's the Light 6 Major. It gives us 6 different currency pairs. On this first chart, it's all US based. And as I said, it's a 1 hour chart, and we've got 21 minutes left in the chart. I start with the middle section of the chart, and if I see the signal that I'm looking for in the middle section, then I will go up to the top part of the chart, which are the TNTs. And then if I see the signal there, then I will drop down to the bottom part of the chart and see if I see the signal there. This middle section is called the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. Horizontal red line is the oversold line. When the market is oversold, that's a good time to buy. Horizontal blue line is the overbought market. When the market's overbought, that's a good time to sell. And specifically, when is a good time to buy is when all of these lines are pointing up. So I'm looking for a situation where we're either oversold or overbought. The lines are either pointing up or pointing down. So here I'm oversold. Lines are sideways. Major is sideways. Minor is down. So nothing here. So we're going to pass. Euro USD oversold. Minors are sideways. Majors are going up. I want both in agreement. Now on the Euro USD, we have had a big down move. Big down move. When we have a big down move, I like to wait for I like to wait. I don't like to kind of get back into it right away, because what happens is, as it starts to go down, you'll see people say, "Oh, it's gone down a lot. I'm gonna buy," and then they're gonna buy. It'll start to go up a little bit. They're gonna say, "Oh, it's turning. I'm gonna buy," and it was really just a head fake, and it keeps going down. And that'll happen a couple times. In fact, that happened at the beginning of the hour. If you were looking, we had the signal kind of look like this about an hour ago, and then it kept going down. So I'm going to wait till we have a clear, strong signal going up before I take it. And again, that's one of the things with experience that, I've seen this happen. It goes down, and then you get these head fakes that it's starting to turn, and it hasn't yet. Pound USD. Here the signal is actually it's a little stronger than this. Everybody's going up, and we have the double cross. Double cross is the green line is crossed over the red, and the gray line is crossed over the black. So I've got 3 points here. One is that we're oversold. 2, that everybody's going up. 3, that I've got the double cross. The steepness doesn't count for a point, but I like to look at the steepness of the green line. It's a little bit better than 45 degrees. Only other thing that would make this a little better if it was closer to the horizontal red line. So let's jump up. We'll take a look at the pound US. We'll look at the TNTs. The 2 orange lines are telling me buy. They're both going up. The blue lines are inversely related, the thick and the dotted blue. And what I mean by inversely related is that when they're going down, that means buy. So both of these are telling me buy. So all 4 are telling me buy. I need a minimum of 3 of them telling me buy. And when I jump down to the pressure, I want the lines either going up or the green line on top. And here I've got the lines going down. And the green line is about to cross over the red line, but quite hasn't yet. I really like to wait for this to cross over. I don't like to outguess it, especially since we've been seeing, since we've had that big down move, and we've been getting the kind of the head fakes. So I'm going to hold off. This looks like it's ready to go, but it's not quite. The green line on the pressure, it's going from more steep to less steep to less steep. There's a couple kinks in this, so but it hasn't quite crossed yet. So I'm gonna hold off. One of the keys, we're anxious to kind of make a profitable trade, but the best trades are the ones you don't make. Sometimes I don't want to lose money. I want to avoid losing cash, because when I lose cash, then it's that much harder to get back to break even. So I want to pick those 2 or 3 good trades when I see the setup and take them. So that takes a little discipline. USD Canadian dollar, we're overbought and we've got disagreement. Majors are going up, minors are kind of sideways. Same with USD Swiss franc, majors are kind of going up weekly. We've got the kind of the duck bill here, extended duck bill, where this part is the duck's bill and this is his head. This usually means that there's a little bit more up in the movement. So nothing here. USD yen, overbought going up. Now, can I get 10 pips? I mentioned my sweet spot is 10 pips. Can I get 10 pips when we're overbought and it's going up? Yes, I can, but that's just not part of my trade plan. You can get 10 pips when it's overbought and still going up. I want to minimize my exposure. So now I've cloned this light 6 major, and I've got 6 different currency pairs. These are non-US pairs. On the US pairs, oftentimes they'll all kind of be doing the same move because they're being driven by the dollar. Sometimes one of the other pairs that are against the dollar may be driving something, but usually it's the dollar. So if there's a trade on one, there's a trade on all. If there's no trade on one, there's no trade. And if there is a trade on one, then I want to pick the one that looks like it's going to give me the most bang for the buck. That's going to make the move that I'm looking for quickest. I want to get in and out. The shorter I'm in a trade, the less exposure and risk that I have. Euro pound, we're just reaching oversold. Here you see the lines are all clustered and there's nice steepness in the green line. When the lines are clustered and steep like this is a good move. Had we seen this last hour, I would consider a trade all the way up until it gets to the halfway mark. This would have been good for 10 pips here. Australian dollar yen oversold, going sideways. Also, right now is not a good time to trade either of these pairs because it's entering the evening time in both of those markets. Euro Canadian dollar oversold. Minors are starting to come up, but majors are sideways. I want both telling me up. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, overbought. Majors are coming down. Minors are up. Again, I don't have agreement here, so I'm going to pass. Pound yen. It is 5 hours difference in London. So we still got half of a trading day left, even though it's evening time in Japan. Oversold, everybody's going up. We've got nice steepness on the major line, so that's 3 points. 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue coming down, so I've got 3 of the 4. I've got down pressure with green on top, so this is a point, 3 points here, 3 points here, so I've got 7 points. That is my setup. Now I want to, and the other thing I like here is that the green line is going from more steep to less steep. There's a kink in the line where it's starting to turn and come up. So going back to my trade routine notes, once I have the setup, I want to confirm the setup. So how am I going to confirm the setup? I am going to open up a new chart that has multiple time periods of the pound yen so I can see what the other charts are doing. And I am going to, whoa, almost knocked my coffee over. I hate that. It makes a big mess when you do that. Pound, and getting too excited. So here, a 2 minute, a 30 minute, an hour, a 2 hour, 4 hours. So basically, I'm interested in what the 2 and the 4 hour are doing. And I want them to both be oversold They don't necessarily have to be going up, but this is going up. This is a terrific buy signal. And also on the pound, on the 4-hour, oversold. I don't necessarily care that they're going up, but this is going up. One thing I don't like here on the 4-hour, but I do have the oversold, is we've been oversold now for what is it? Almost a day. 4 hours, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 hours. We've been oversold. I like it better when we've gone from oversold to overbought. So I've got the confirmation. So once I have the confirmation, the next thing is, what is this trade worth? And on this trade versus, say, some of the techniques where the trade it's worth 3 pips or 5 pips, we need to figure out what it's worth. So to figure out what it's worth, I am going to open up a clean chart. And I am going to add some support and resistance on it. And support and resistance are spots where the lines seem to naturally stop. So to add that, I want to crunch the chart up as much as I can. So I've got as many data points. And right now we only have one data point. I'm going to bring it down here. Bring it over here. Bring it over here. Bring it over here. And then I'm going to open it back up so I can see it a little better. Usually on a 1-hour chart, these are about 30, 40 pips apart. So these are still a little too much. Like, you know, from here to here is 100 pips. So let's see. Uh, 38 to 64, so that's about 20 something, and then 41 to this is still a little much. Still a little much, but let's keep going. I'm going to open it up so we can see it a little better. 58 to 42, that's 60 pips. I'm going to leave this as it is. Let's see. We're in the middle, so this is going to probably be about 30 pips. So 31 pips up and 27 pips down. So 31 pips up. What's the trend? The trend is clearly downtrend. So when I'm trading against the trend, I'm going to take less pips than when I'm trading with the trend. I want to know where those support and resistance lines are, because if you'll notice, the candles seem to stop here. So to trade through it, it took 4 hours before it broke here and went to the next section. I don't want to stay in the trade longer than I need to. So if I know where the support and resistance are, I can set my trade up so I get out. My take profit is underneath this line. So since we've got 30 pips here, why don't we go ahead and take a I'm going to just draw one more line here. 30. We're going to go ahead and take 20 pips here. 20 pip buy on the, let's save this. And let's just go back and look at the signal again. All right, so here's the 1 hour signal. We're just entering the channel. Everybody's going up, good steepness. 3 of 3, and green is on top. I got my confirmation with the 2 and the 4 hour oversold. The reason I want those both to be oversold is that if for some reason this signal lightens up, I will still get the trade off of this signal or this signal. So let's go ahead and you can take it in your simulator, or if you're using MetaTrader, let us bring this over. This is a demo account, pound yen. There's 10,600 in this demo account. So I am going to, if you don't have the pound yen up, go to File, New Chart, and find it. Pound yen will probably be in the third group, pound yen, and open it up. I am going to, on the second row, it says New Order. New Order, I am going to put 1.06. I'm just moving this decimal spot over. If I do a 1.06, I can have 2 open trades. I'm going to do a market buy. I'm not going to worry about the take profit and stop loss. Once it's recorded, I'm going to right click anywhere along the line, go to modify. And we said 20 pips. So 20 pips is 200 points. If I click the little blue button, it does the math for me. And we're going to use a 3-to-1. So if I'm going for 20, I'm going to put a 60 pip stop loss on here. And then I am going to, again, click the red button. It will do the math for me. And then I'm going to click modify, and it's going to drop those lines in there. In looking at it, yeah, I think we're good with the 20 pips. The 20 pips. If I were doing this personally, I might pull this down to here. I don't want to be stopped out. And this takes me beyond the support line. So there's less of a chance of being stopped out. And since it's morning time and I'm going to be watching it, I would hedge if it started to go the wrong way. So we took a buy on the pound yen with the take profit of 156.374, 156.374, and a stop loss of 155.270. So that's a take profit of 156.374, a stop loss of 155.270. All right, let's see if we have any questions. If you haven't, if you could mute yourself would be great. I'm hearing a little background noise. All right, gang. I will expect this trade to close within the next 1 to 3 hours. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me this morning. I'm very honored for you to be here. Trading can change your life. We will be your accountability coaches and give you the information, technique, and skill that you need to do this well. And we're so confident that once we've trained you, we'll let you trade with company funds. Thanks so much. We will see you again Thursday morning. Bye-bye.